Hi, everybody. I'm Pierre Bouvard, Chief Insights Officer here at the Audioactive Group at Cumulus Media and Westwood One. And today we're talking creative best practices. We source these creative best practices from the leaders in creative effectiveness measurement, such as System One, ABX, and Nielsen, as well as consulting the research of the gurus of marketing effectiveness measurement. Now, Nielsen tells us that creative is a major sales driver. Interestingly, marketers and media agencies think targeting is the number one sales driver. Well, perception is not reality. Nielsen's analysis of over 450 different sales effect studies revealed that it is creative that is responsible for 49% of sales effect. As you can see, creative trumps media elements as well as the brand of the company. And it is critical to hold and build attention. The Association of National Advertisers developed what they call the attention pathway, a three-phase approach by which advertising sinks in. You first have to get noticed, hold attention, and then impact memory. As you can see at first, getting noticed is really the responsibility of the media and the media environment. But as you work through the attention pathway, creative grows in importance in holding attention and impacting memory. But there is a trap, and it's a new study out of the UK from System One, marketing guru Peter Field, the Institute for the Practitioners of Advertising, the IPA, and Adam Morgan at Eat Big Fish. And it says, beware the cost of dull. When you look at System One's creative testing, the green scores are the positive emotion scores of happiness and surprise. Dull is the neutral score, where consumers feel neither positive nor negative. And the negative reactions, fear, anger, disgust, and contempt, very small factors. Those are in red. As you can see, the duller the ad, the less positive emotion, the less surprise and happiness you create. And the duller the ad, the less the likelihood that your brand will experience a long-term share growth. On the other hand, ads that create significant positive emotion create significant long-term share growth. And the challenge of the cost of dull is it's expensive. You have to spend so much more money to get dull ads noticed than you do with ads that are less dull and create positive emotion. Now, a new study out of System One reveals a concept and a measure that they call creative consistency. And they find it is vital to the business outcomes of your brand. There's kind of three aspects of this consistency they evaluate marketers on. First of all, how strong are the creative foundations of the brand? Do they have consistent positioning over time? Do they hang on to their agency over the long term? And do ideas and the creative ideas have a long track record? Then there's the culture of consistency, focusing more on wherein, having consistency across media channels, commitment to the ads and the assets. And then lastly, there's execution, being consistent with brand assets, tone of voice, the fluent device, slogans, and the musical soundtrack. Marketers with more creative consistency have better testing ads. Marketers with less creative consistency, their ads don't test as well, according to System One. And in fact, marketers that are constantly changing their creative agency have poor testing ads. Marketers that hang on to their creative agency over a 5-year period have much better testing ads. And in fact, brand linkage is stronger with marketers that hang on to their agency than when they keep churning creative agencies. Now, the business outcomes of these consistent marketers are significant. They are stronger brands. Here in blue, we're looking at the 20% most consistent marketers, and then in gray, the least 20% consistent. And you can see marketers that are heavily consistent blow the doors out across every possible measure of brand equity and business outcomes like sales value gain, profit, and market share. Now, in audio, one of the most significant creative best practices is brand early and often. Say your name within the first 2 seconds and then at least 5 times after that in a 30-second ad. Branding early and often creates stronger familiarity, affinity, likelihood to seek information, and ad recall. It is a no-brainer, and you don't have to fly the crew back to Cancun to reshoot. So brand early and often. And when you're saying your brand, say it slowly and clearly, according to Andrew Tyndall at System 1. Ads need to be clear and easy to understand to build those positive emotions. So say that name slowly and clearly to build strong brand linkage. And Jason Brownlee from Color Text had a major study that revealed in audio ads, the fewer the words, the greater the creative standout and the stronger the website traffic. He found that for every 10 words eliminated in an audio ad, creative standout can increase by 1%. And for every percentage point of creative standout growth, you get a 1/4 point increase in web traffic to your site. So less is truly more in word count with audio ads. And this also applies to the number of messages in your ad, according to Kantar Millward Brown. An ad with 4 messages has a much smaller chance of being recalled versus ads that have 1 message. So less is more in word count and in messages. And it seems obvious to say you should ensure audibility, but creative testing leader ABX has found in audio ads that if your ad is hard to understand and is not audible, everything else tests incredibly poorly. So ABX examines delivery, clarity, and the ability to be understood. In this particular case, you see 3 executions from a QSR client that were well below their averages, both for the category of QSR and for overall radio. So make sure those speaking voices are foreground and are not overwhelmed by music and background effects. Your number 1 selling tool, according to the godfathers of marketing effectiveness, Les Binet and Peter Field, is emotion. That is your powerful selling tool. And marketers that utilize emotion-based campaigns versus facts and figures and rational campaigns, there's a big difference in brand equity scores. The emotion-based campaigns have much stronger performance across virtually every measure at brand equity, and they have stronger business outcomes, sales, their market share, pricing, and loyalty. Now, a major study from System 1 called Listen Up, Emotions Defining Role in Audio Advertising Effectiveness, revealed that positive emotions gets you more stars. So ads are evaluated by System 1 on the star system. 1 is dull, no positive emotion, dry, too rational, and then you get more stars if you create positive emotion. And to the right of your screen, the more stars, the greater the likelihood that you will have an increase in your market share. And what are the elements to get more stars? Well, to the right hand of your screen, it's characters with vitality, story unfolding, a clear sense of place, sounds of the living, dialogue. Now, one of the key distinctive brand assets that you can have in a TV or radio ad is a jingle. And Mark Ritson, legendary marketing professor, says the king or the queen of them all is the jingle. It smashes all other distinctive assets. There's a lot of things to worry about in advertising and a lot of things to worry about in your creative, but 2 things not to worry about are ad length or wear out. The creative testing companies find very little difference in scores between short, medium, and long ads. And as Mark Ritson has found out with an exhaustive analysis of creative testing, there is no such thing as wear out. Consumers don't get tired of ads, only marketers do. The Audio Active Group here at Cumulus Media in Westwood One is a full-service brand advisory for national marketers who want insights on audio and measurement, whether it's brand effect, sales lift, search and site attribution, or creative testing. Each and every week, we publish a new audio insight. You can find it on our blog at cumulusmedia.com or westwood1.com. And when you're there, you can sign up for our free weekly audio case study. Thanks so much for the opportunity to take you through creative best practices. Thanks so much.